to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a wonderful, beautiful day. It's Friday, the sun is shining, and I'm with you to do art. How fabulous is that? Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to do a really cool project. So if you don't remember from yesterday, I'm going to tell you again what you need. So you need oil de baby. Any brand will do, but this is one I have. I've used quite a bit of it on other projects. I love baby oil. It's actually a lot of fun with art. You can do many things with it, not just for babies. And then we need some Q-tips or any kind of little tip with a cotton on the end will do. And also our friend Oil Pastel. Hello friend, I've missed you. And also I have a canvas panel again, but you can use a piece of paper for this one. And wouldn't be a bad idea to grab a pencil as well. So I'll let you run along and grab those while I do a little chat about a couple things before we get started. So again, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Oh, and also, sorry guys, and we need like a little piece, something to put the baby oil on. So whether it's a plate that you can wash again, or maybe like for me, I like to recycle. So look at this. Olives. Kalamata olives, deliciousness. Anyways, I'm going to reuse that lid. So run along, grab those things, and I'll see you back here in 2 minutes. So in the meantime, I have a couple things to show you. So one, I'm going to make you guys laugh, okay? So near me, I have a picture of me when I was a little kid. You guys want to see it? I thought you might find this funny. So this brings back, I can actually remember this day. And my mom was all mad at me after we took a picture. Can you see that? So that was me, I think, in grade 1. I had that haircut about 2 years ago. I had bangs. Bad idea. It was curling like this. Oh, insane. Anyway, so that's a picture of me. My mom was mad, I remember that day, because I had a beautiful white dress on. And I kept my sweater on. Like, look at this cardigan here. She's like, Lorraine, why didn't you take your sweater off? I was like, I don't know. Anyway, it was a fun little picture of me back in the day. And another thing I want to show you is, actually, if you are an artist, or if you consider yourself an artist, there's many forms of art. I, as you know, am a painter. I like to do paintings. I do murals. Murals outside buildings, murals inside buildings. I just love to paint. But sometimes it's good to kind of break out of your mold and try something new. So one time I took a class of sculpture. I wanted to show this for you. So this is actually my hand. So how it worked was, in the class, we made a pose. So this would be my left hand. And we made a pose. And we had to really observe. I'm going to back up here. We really had to observe our hand. And although, ooh, that's kind of trippy. What's kind of interesting is, do you ever really look at your hand? So this class actually made me really look at my hand, and it made me see the world in a whole other way. So even though I would never consider myself a sculptor, taking a sculpture class made me see things in a whole new world. So don't be shy. Learn something new. Maybe you want to always try, I don't know, mixed media or something. So today, or in this class, what I want you to do is bring new materials, new ideas for you every time we meet, and you can try a little bit of something new and makes you see the world in a whole other way. So, okay, welcome back, guys. Hope you all grabbed what you needed. So we're going to get started. So again, something rigid, either a piece of paper, or I'm using something rigid like this canvas panel, and we are good to go. Okay, so usually some people want to go right in. They don't want to plan anything out with their art project. I, on the other hand, like to plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing something. So let's say I'm going to do a orange. Okay, I'm going to make some marks on here. I'm going to draw an orange. And as you can see, as I'm drawing, you can see that, I'm going to get really close there, is when I'm drawing, I like to do little finding lines. And so what that means is, instead of going and having zero control over your shape, I like to do little finding lines to control my shape. And these you won't see later. These are just to plan out. And then I want to draw a little leaf at the top. A little orange leaf. Kind of just sitting there. Can y'all see that? So I got an orange leaf and a juicy orange. Who likes oranges? They are delicious. Okay, so what I told you guys, we were going to do something with oil pastel. So what I want you to do first is grab that little plate, and we're going to get the oil de baby, hello, and we are going to pour some on our plate. We don't need a heck of a lot, just a wee bit. And then we're going to go to town. So I'm going to leave that here. And so pick whatever you drew. I would say pick 2 colors that are going to coordinate so you can do some shading on your object, okay? And you can just watch along with me now and try it later. The beauty of the internet, as I say. So let's start. So I grabbed, obviously, an orange oil pastel. Now I'm going to color this in. That's why you kind of wanted to make this drawing really light. And you can actually go with an eraser and just to like lighten your lines up a bit. Just draw really lightly because we're not going to look at the pencil. We're going to use our oil pastel. So there you go. You can see. I'm just going to color this in. Doesn't look like much now, but it gets better. So there we go. Deebly bop. And so what I'm going to do is do some heavy up here. Whoops. Oh, that's okay. 1 minute. So if that ever happens, if you looked at my oil, okay, I'll show you. You see all them broken? They're still good. Because I was pressing really hard because I'm a Ukrainian woman. I like to use my Ukrainian power. Okay, there we go. So then when we go below, I'm going to do a bit lighter. I don't know if you can tell the difference here on the camera. We're just going to go a bit lighter. I kind of went over the lines there. I'm a bad artist. There we go. So a bit lighter and then really heavy up here. There we go. Okay. So then down here, I chose like a chocolatey orangey color. And I'm going to go kind of the reverse of what I did. So heavier down here with the oil. Brown oil. And then up here a bit higher. So you can see kind of what's happening. We have a light to dark ratio happening. So we're wanting to choose where our light's coming from. So the light's coming from here. We go right in to the dark. And then I'm going to use my friend Mr. White. And I'm going to add a bit of light over top here. And if you find that's like sometimes with oil pastel, they get a bit gungy, clean them off on a scrap piece of paper. Also peel that paper off sometimes. Okay, so there you go. It looks crazy right now, but with the magic of oil pastel, you can see. So I'm going to take one of my Q-tips, and I'm going to go in the oil. I'm going to get a nice bit happening here. So it's all covered with oil, and then I'm going to apply it. So I'm going to get really close, and you're going to see what's going to happen here. Can you guys see what's happening? It's like magic. Look at what? Do you see what's happening, guys? I get really excited. I'm going to go in again. So this is happening. So the oil actually acts like an emulsifier. So what it's doing is it's breaking down the components. It's kind of like a sled. If you are on a sled and the snow is the oil, so it's providing that slipperiness. Or it's like I'm not a mechanic, but it's like a oil for your car. It makes your engine work. So the oil basically is providing a bit of breaking down the oil pastel so you get this nice blend of colors. So I'm going to do really quickly here this area. So you can imagine if I really took my time, you see how that's going to turn into a beautiful drawing, okay? Our beautiful oil pastel piece, okay? I'm going to quickly show you a leaf up here. So it might be a bit easier to see. So I'm going to put some yellow up here for some light. And then I'm going to use some green down here. You see? some green down here. And you know, like with oil pastel, again, it's an organic material, it's oil. And the friction, kind of like an engine motor, the friction heats it up. So you can already blend oil pastel together, right? But you still get those little white pieces in there, right? So I'm up here in my yellow, I'm blending. What I'm gonna do is put some yellow over here, maybe some 100% yellow up here, okay? If I just look, really, it will look good when you guys spend time on it. So if you just blend it up here, so again, I'm going into my oil, taking my Q-tip, getting a big dollop of oil on that puppy, and just blending it. So you see what's happening? It's blending. It's blending. So boy, you could draw with this. Look at, I just fixed my leaf because it was getting out of control. My leaf was like getting out of control. But as you can see, you can have a lot of fun with this. And imagine if you spent more than a minute on this, it would look really good. So have fun. I mean, you could even take this sloppy Q-tip here and maybe do a little, if you were doing a pumpkin, maybe you could do a little curly Q. Wee. See what happened there? Or if you were doing like, let's say a bird feather. Ooh la la, look at that. So I'm just using what was on that Q-tip. Look at that. Woo! So it's a lot of fun, and who would have thought that Q-tips, oil, and oil pastel would be so amazing? That's the beauty of art. So I hope you had fun with that today. I have a few things before we go I want to review with you. So we're going to take a break for the weekend, but starting Monday again, a brand new week of wonderful art. I did my little messy writing again. So supply list for Monday. 4 Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to see you here again. We're going to need magazines. So any old magazines, doesn't matter if they were 20 years old, you can still use those. A glue stick, paper or canvas panel. So a lot like we use today, paper or a canvas panel will do. I always like canvas panels because then you have, a nice piece of art that you can keep hold of. Scissors and a pencil. So magazines, glue stick, paper or canvas panel, scissors, and a pencil. And that equals fun on Monday. Okay, y'all? So hope you can join me then. But before we go, I want to show you a couple things. So a lot of you know that I love birds. And one thing that I love to paint are cute little sweet birds. And this little guy, so he's actually a print of a bird I had. And what I mean by that is I painted him up. And then I sold the original, so I have just this guy left, and I make a print of him, and then I add him to a panel. So he's a lot of fun. And what I'll do is I'll put him on like buttons, or so I can still enjoy him even though he's gone now. So I hope you like that. I hope you think he's cute. He makes me happy when I look at him. And then another thing I wanted to show you before we go is, a lot of you know, again, I'm an illustrator. So this is an actual painting I did. I'm going to go back here. So this is an actual painting I did for a theater group. So if you can see really closely, you can see the paint strokes in there. That's all done with a paintbrush. And then I added, can you all see this? A little sailboat. So if you don't know, it's a big old moon with a sailboat and a turtle. And that was all representational of a theater play that I did this painting for. So they used it in their advertising. So there you go, a little bit more about me. Again, make a comment if you like this video. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and share. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you Monday. Okay, thanks guys. See you later. Bye-bye.